allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning. Welcome to the January 14, 2019 meeting for the Shawnee County Board of Commissioners. Welcome, Commissioner-elect, now Commissioner Rippon.
Thank you.
My name is Kevin Cook. I currently serve as the chair for at least a couple more minutes of the Shawnee County Commission. Joining me today is Commissioner Bill Rippon and Commissioner Bob Archer. Good morning.
Good morning. Morning.
Our first item of business, Madam Chair, or Madam Clerk.
Number one, organizational. Number one, elect chair of the Shawnee County Commission.
Prior to Commissioner Rippon coming on, we have had just an informal policy over the last 6 years of kind of rotating the chair amongst the commissioners. Commissioner Rippon, this typically would have been Commissioner Bueller's turn at the chair, but I think maybe to kind of let you get your feet under you a little bit, it would be my motion to have Commissioner Archer serve as the chair for the next year.
Second, and thank you, Commissioner.
Is there any discussion?
No discussion.
All in favor say aye. All opposed? Motion passes 3-0. So congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner.
We'll switch spots.
That's right.
I've never had this chair, so we'll see how it works.
It gets more comfortable all the time. Thank you, and before we go any further, I'd like to compliment Commissioner Cook on his job in leading the commission during 2018. An excellent job, and as usual, he sets a high standard, and I hope to live up to that this year. So,
thank you.
Next item of business, please.
Item 2, elect vice chair of the Shawnee County Commission.
I want to welcome, first of all, Commissioner Rippon to the Board of County Commissioners officially. I was most impressed by his election and his leadership, and I believe he will do an excellent job in representing his constituents. Accordingly, I nominate Commissioner Rippon to serve as vice chair of the commission.
And I'll second that.
Motion made for Commissioner Rippon to serve as vice chair by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye, opposed say no. Motion carries 3-0. Next item, please.
Item 3, consider appointments of commission to the following. A, Kansas Expo Center Advisory Board. B, Ambulance Advisory Board. C, Health Access Board. D, Metropolitan Topeka Planning Organization. E, Go Topeka Board. F, Chamber Board. G, Stormont Vale Advisory Board. H, Shawnee County Security Council. I, State of Kansas Labor Force Development Committee. J, Greater Topeka Leadership Chairs Council. K, Intergovernmental Council. And L, Momentum 2022.
Commissioners, I've reviewed the assignments and would like to propose the following list of assignments. Number 1, for the Kansas Expo Center Advisory Board, Commissioner Archer. Ambulance Advisory Board, Commissioner Rippon. Health Access Board, Commissioner Cook. MTPO, Commissioner Cook. Go Topeka Board, Commissioner Archer. Chamber Board, Commissioner Rippon. Stormont Vale Advisory Board, Commissioner Archer. Shawnee County Security Council, Commissioner Rippon. State of Kansas Labor Workforce Development Committee, Commissioner Archer. Greater Topeka Leadership Chairs Council, which is very important, Commissioner Cook. Intergovernmental Council, Commissioner Rippon. And Momentum 2022, which is another forward-looking, important commission for Commissioner Cook. So that's my list of nominees and a recommendation, and I'll make that motion that we approve that list.
I'll second that.
Motion made by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye, opposed no. Motion carries 3-0. Next item, please.
Item 4, consider approval of resolution number 2019-4, setting the days and hours the courthouse will be open, setting dates and time of commission meetings, and setting agenda procedures.
This was outlined in the packet. Are there any questions or comments regarding this resolution?
Mr. Chair.
Yes, Commissioner.
Prior to this meeting, I had an opportunity to work with Jane Rezac, our administrative assistant, regarding this resolution. I would note that on page 3, paragraph 7, there is a fundamental change to the Shawnee County Commission rules. It would regulate that agenda items would need to be submitted 1 week in advance of the meeting, and that way they're published 1 week ahead of time to give the public more opportunity, us as commissioners more opportunity to be briefed and come up to speed on an item on the agenda. Our present procedure is if an item is submitted by noon of today's date, it would be then on for Monday's agenda. Now, if it's submitted by noon today's date, it would be on the meeting for the following week. So just to give more opportunity for us as commissioners, more opportunity for the department heads to prepare, more opportunity for the public to become aware of county issues. And I would just point out that change because it is going to have to change how our department heads get items turned in to Jane. So
Is that a motion to?
I'll make a motion to adopt the resolution.
I'll second that, and thank you so much for pointing that out. That is critical, and it will add to our openness and transparency as a commission. I appreciate that. Motion made to adopt the resolution by Commissioner Cook, and that was seconded by Commissioner Archer. All in favor say aye, opposed say no. Motion carries 3-0. Next item, please.
Item 5, consider approval of resolution number 2019-5, designating the official county newspaper.
Commissioner Archer?
Yes, Commissioner Cook.
By statute, the newspapers are to turn in their bid by July 1 of the year preceding. There was only one bid that was submitted, it's my understanding, from our county clerk, and that being the Topeka Metro News. And so it would be my motion to name the Topeka Metro News as the official county newspaper.
I'll second that.
Motion made to adopt the resolution naming Topeka Metro News as the official county newspaper by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye, opposed no. Motion carries 3-0. Next item, please.
Item 3, consent agenda.
There were 3 items on the consent agenda. Were there any questions or comments?
I move for their approval.
I'll second that.
Motion made to approve the consent agenda by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye, opposed say no. Motion carries 3-0. Next item, please.
Item 4, new business. A, County Clerk, number 1, consider all voucher payments.
I took the liberty of reviewing the voucher payments, not knowing who was going to be chair or vice chair, and so this is my report. There were vouchers dated January 11th, 2019, in the total amount of $1,943,460.11. Significant items in the vouchers included payroll of $630,000, allocations specifically to Vallejo of $472,000, holding accounts $376,000, and health insurance for our employees of $128,000. I reviewed those vouchers. My questions were all answered, and I'll make a motion to approve the vouchers as presented.
Second.
Motion made to approve the vouchers by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye, opposed no. Motion carries 3-0. Next item, please.
Item A2, consider correction orders.
I'll move for approval of the correction orders.
I'll second. Motion made to approve the correction orders by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Archer. All in favor say aye, opposed no. Motion carries 3-0. Next item, please.
Item B, Counselor number 1, consider acceptance of the Administrative Review Committee's report dated January 8th, 2019 regarding a tax exemption for Reese's Fine Foods, Inc., and schedule a public hearing on Thursday, February 7th, 2019 to consider the tax exemption.
Good morning, Commissioners. Ashley Biegert, Assistant County Counselor. Welcome, Commissioner Rippon. In accordance with our County Home Rule Resolution 2002-9, the Administrative Review Committee met on January the 8th to consider a tax exemption for economic development for Reese's Fine Foods. This is for their new salad plant out on Southeast 6th Street. As a result of the meeting, the committee is recommending to the board a 10-year 100% tax abatement for this new construction by Reese's. So today what we're asking the board to do is take 2 actions. First, to accept the committee's report from our meeting, and then second, to set the consideration of the exemption for a public hearing on February the 7th. And I'd be happy to answer any questions about the committee's report.
There are questions or comments for Ashley?
Don't have any. I would move to make the following request to adopt is it adopt or accept the report
Accept the report.
January 8th, 2019, and then also to schedule a public hearing on February 7th of 2019.
I'll second.
Motion made to approve by Commissioner Cook, and that's seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. Opposed say no. Motion carries 3-0, and welcome back, Ashley.
Thank you very much.
All right, next item, please.
Item C, Information Technology number 1, consider approval of request to purchase refurbished Cisco switches as they become available over the next 10 months from World Data Products to upgrade the network at a cost not to exceed $75,000 with funding from capital outlay.
Good morning, Commissioners. Pat O'Blander with the Information Technology Department. I'm going to try to get through these agenda items with the voice that I have left. If that fails, I've got Mark Price standing by. This item is for the purchase of up to $75,000 worth of network switches that were approved last year out of the capital outlay budget for 2018. We're asking for permission to purchase these outside of normal purchasing procedures because these switches are being purchased as refurbished units. This is one of the areas where we feel comfortable purchasing units that have been used and reconditioned and then resold to us due to the fact that we can achieve up to 50% savings on those items. And when you're purchasing switches that can cost $10,000 a piece, that can achieve quite a bit of savings. We've done this over the years and experienced a lot of success with using these switches. We do purchase multiple switches so that we have some on the shelf in the event that one does fail. We can slide another one in as a replacement relatively quickly. So we're quite comfortable in taking that approach, and we do feel like it is a really good way to save taxpayer dollars and stretch our budgets significantly. So if you'd be willing, we'd appreciate your approval in letting us purchase these switches over time from World Data Products as they become available on the refurbished market.
Any questions or comments for Pat? I'll make a motion to approve the request.
Second.
Motion made to approve by Commissioner Archer, and that's seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. Next item, please.
Item C2, consider approval of request for 2 employees to attend the Nutanix Next Conference, May 7th to May 9th, to provide staff with information on new ways to reduce costs and complexities in the enterprise data center and to deepen their knowledge of enterprise cloud solutions.
Commissioners, this item is a request for out-of-state travel for 2 IT employees to attend the .next conference. This is a gathering of professionals and educators that will be discussing the Nutanix platform, which is the replacement that we've purchased for the V-Block systems. It is going to be a very fundamental and important component in meeting all the computing needs for the county. So we do feel it's as important as, it is very important that we get as many people up to speed on the inner workings of this platform as is possible. Part of that would involve going to this conference and attending the training sessions that would be provided there, and working with other professionals that are using that same platform and developing a network that we can rely on for information about how others are solving the same problems we're trying to solve with our computing platform. The conference is quite some ways out. It's in May, but we're asking for permission to go ahead and do the registrations now in order to take advantage of early registration. I believe if we go past Wednesday, the fees for registration will increase approximately $400 per person, so we would like to get this taken care of as soon as possible. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer those.
Are there questions for Pat on this learning assignment?
I move that we approve the request.
Second.
Motion made to approve the request by Commissioner Rippon, and that was seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye. Opposed say no. Motion carries 3-0. And as always, we'll have a trip report.
Yes.
Lessons learned. So.
Yes, both employees will provide a trip report
Very
to the
good.
BOCC.
Thank you, Pat. Next
Thank you,
item,
Commissioners.
please.
D, Parks and Recreation, number 1, consider authorization and execution of contract C46-2019 with Enterprise Fleet Management, Inc. to designate the individuals authorized to execute fleet leasing agreements on behalf of Shawnee County.
Good morning, Commissioners. John Boyd, Parks and Recreation. This is a little bit of housekeeping for updating our Enterprise Fleet Management contract. And we would request that all commissioners sign this so that if we do have a time-sensitive opportunity to sell trucks back, that we could make sure and get that taken care of at that time.
Questions for John?
I'll move for approval.
Second.
Motion made to approve the contract by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. Next item, please.
Item D2, consider authorization and execution of contract C47-2019 with Amerifence Corporation for the construction of trash and recycling enclosures at 9 community centers at a cost of $88,831.65 with funding from the Capital Maintenance 3R Fund with any cold weather applications, $3,350 funded from the Parks and Recreation operating budget.
Good morning again, Commissioners. John Boyd, Parks and Recreation. This is we are requesting approval of this contract with Amerifence to construct these dumpster enclosures. Here's some of the things that we're trying to eliminate, and as you can see, it's very unsightly. Okay. There we go. Just several different community centers around the area that where we have our dumpsters that are just sitting out. Come on. Taking up parking places. Here's what we hope to achieve with this contract. This is actually out at the new pool out on the west side. And so that's our attempt. That's what our plan is, to take care of the visuals on the dumpster closures.
Why did we do this now? I mean, just
That's a good question. I mean, obviously, it's been an issue for a long time.
Exactly.
And we've been working on our design specs, and this was just something that we decided that needed to be pushed up to get. We've been working on these for a while, and we've had some issues going back and forth with the contractors. So we've been dealing with that for a couple or 3 months, trying to get the paperwork squared away.
Okay. Commissioner Cook?
Over at Hillcrest, when we did the updates to Hillcrest, didn't we have this similarly planned for enclosing the receptacles?
Yes. Hillcrest, all of the centers, yes.
And was that done through the Amerifence company?
It has not been done at Hillcrest, I'm sorry. It's one of the 9 that will be done in this project.
All right.
This is actually out at the new pool.
Okay. So the one at Hillcrest has not been done yet?
Not yet, no.
Commissioner?
I have no comments, but I would move that we approve this project.
I'll second.
Motion made to approve the contract by Commissioner Rippon, and that was seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0.
Thank you.
Next item, please.
Item D3, consider approval of a request to reimburse Stacy Wonder, recreation leader, $656 for tuition costs at Fort Hays State University.
Morning, Commissioners. Olivia Mayer, Parks and Recreation. We feel that the request in front of you directly relates to our current employee's position as recreation leader. It entails leading a variety of not just staff, but programs and special events. I'd like to answer any questions you might have.
Commissioner?
Any questions? Yes, Commissioner Cook.
We have a policy in place, maybe Betty or Angela, regarding tuition reimbursement. Does this fall outside of that policy, or is this consistent with the policy for tuition reimbursement?
Excuse me, Angela Lewis with Human Resources. Yes, this is consistent with our tuition reimbursement policy. Olivia has worked through that situation and had her fill out those forms.
I mean, and that's a great benefit that Shawnee County employees receive, is that if you are furthering your education and it is consistent with the department and goals, we would approve for your tuition to be reimbursed. And so, again, that's just another benefit of working for Shawnee County. So, my motion to approve.
Second.
You're exactly right, Commissioner Cook. Motion made to approve by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. Next item, please. Thank you, Olivia. Next item, please.
Item D4, consider authorization and execution of contract C48-2019 with the American Society of Composers, Authors, and Publishers to allow Parks and Recreation to publicly play musical compositions by artists that are members of the society at a cost of $1,854 with funding from the department's operating budget.
Good morning, Commissioners. Josh Lehman, Parks and Recreation. The item before you this morning is our annual agreement with the American Society of Composers, Authors, and Publishers. This allows us to legally play or perform any music outside of the public domain during events and programs at all of our parks and facilities. I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have as to how that process works.
Does this include videos too, or?
This is just for the musical side of it. So we would have to do a separate license for any movies or broadcasts like that.
I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
Motion made to approve the contract by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next item, please.
Item E, Facilities Maintenance, number 1, consider approval of request to proceed with the replacement of the HVAC systems at the North Annex in the amount of $753,705, guaranteed maximum price, with funding from the 2019 capital outlay.
Morning, Commissioners. Bill Kroll, Facilities Maintenance Director. This item falls back to what we just approved recently in the 2019 capital outlay for the North Annex. The systems out there are mid-1980s vintage, have started to become more problematic each and every year. This particular system in the design build that we worked with PKMR and PCI on would address every problem that we have out there, with just a few exceptions on some of the ductwork and some of the airflow in certain areas. But if there's funding available as we get into this deeper, out of that guaranteed maximum price, we try to address those issues as well. So, answer any questions you may have on this issue.
Questions? I know we've been holding that HVAC system together with duct tape and baling wire for years.
Yeah.
So I guess it's good we're finally addressing this issue. Yes, Commissioner Cook.
Bill, as you outlined, this is part of the 2019 capital outlay. Our timeline for the HVAC system to be worked on?
It should begin sometime in March, and we should be done sometime in the early part of the summer.
Okay. I just know that we need to make sure we get notice out to our employees. The North Annex does not have very good regulation of ventilation. It has very few windows. It's really more of a metal enclosed building, and so we just need to make sure that we accommodate our employees.
That's right. So. And one of the improvements that this will address too is there is the issue of exhaust fumes from some of the trucks on the north side because of the intake on the air handler there. The idea would be to move that air handling unit up to the roof, which would keep it, the air flowing across and keep those fumes from entering the building.
Yeah, that's important. Thanks
Yeah,
for pointing that out.
want to try to get that solved as well.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve the request.
Second.
Motion made to approve by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0.
Thank you much.
Bill. Next item, please.
Item F, Public Works Solid Waste. Number 1, consider authorization and execution of contract C-49-2019 between Shawnee County, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, and the Kansas State Historical Preservation Office agreeing on stipulation requirements for the replacement of the Southeast 29th Street Bridge over Deer Creek.
Good morning, Commissioners. Courtney House, Director of Public Works and Solid Waste. This memorandum of agreement covers the structure on Southeast 29th over Deer Creek. It's a historically sensitive structure that we're going to be removing effective February 5th with our Southeast 29th project. This agreement is between the Corps of Engineers and the State Preservation Officer, and it had 2 stipulations in it that essentially documented the existing structure. It told the story of its history. Just to let you know that Shawnee County Public Works, as part of this Southeast 29th project, has met both of those stipulations. The reports have been reviewed by the Corps of Engineers and the State Historical Officer. They've been approved, and we understand our 404 permit is going to be issued. So your question might be, well, why are we just submitting this agreement now? Why didn't we do this quite a while ago? I'll just tell you that Public Works has not had this document very long, and so we're submitting it to you just to meet the Corps of Engineer requirements, and again, all the stipulations have been met.
Questions for Mr. Niehaus?
I'll move for approval.
Second.
Motion made to approve by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. Opposed say no. Motion carries 3-0. Next item, please.
Item F2, consider authorization and execution of contract C-50-2019, amendment number 1 to contract C-308-2018 with Professional Engineering Consultants, PA, for construction administration at a cost of $12,000 and resident observation at $51,500 with funding from the Sherwood Regional Wastewater Sewer District Pumping Station number 60.
Again, this is Courtney House, Director of Public Works and Solid Waste. This relates to our Sherwood Pumping Station project. On September 26th of last year, you approved a contract whereby PEC would provide design services for the county. This amendment deals with not only providing construction administration during the upcoming project, but it also provides on-site inspection. I want to assure you that the $12,000 for administration and the $51,500 for on-site inspection is within the budget that you approved October 24th, 2018 for this project.
And would you explain the funding for this project?
Yes, all of the funding is from the Sherwood Regional Wastewater Sewer District account, 2690.
Okay, so no property taxes involved?
No.
Very good. Questions? I'll move to approve the contract.
Second.
Motion made to approve by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. Opposed say no. Motion carries 3-0.
Thank you.
Next item, please.
Item G, Sheriff's Office, number 1, acknowledge receipt of correspondence from Sheriff Jones regarding renewal of a contract with Leads Online, contract C-51-2019, with the period of March 15, 2019 through March 14, 2021, at a cost of $13,381.20 with funding from the state forfeiture account.
Good morning, Commission. Herman Jones, Shawnee County Sheriff. What you have here is basically a renewal of a contract that we work with. It's an application where we work with vendors and pawn shops when we're recovering stolen goods and stolen property and those type of things like that. So it's been very successful. Just here recently had a
pawn shop that signed on with this program right here, and we were able to locate a stolen vehicle, a stolen gun that was turned in within days of that, within a day of that vendor coming in. So it's been a very successful tool for us. So.
Any questions or comments for Sheriff Jones this morning?
Move to acknowledge receipt.
Second that.
Motion made to acknowledge receipt by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. Opposed say no. Motion carries 3-0. Thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
to see you, Sheriff.
You bet. Good to see you.
Thank you, sir. Next item, please.
Item H, Commission, number 1, consider cancellation of the March 14th Commission meeting.
I'll move to approve. Item, please.
Item 5, Administrative Communications.
This is an opportunity for the public to make presentations, department heads, or the general public.
Good morning, Commissioners. Brian Cole, Shawnee County Department of Corrections. I first want to say welcome, Commissioner Rippon, to this new job duty of yours, and we look forward to working with you. Over the weekend, I had the pleasure of having 2 staff members attend the National American Correctional Association Conference there in New Orleans. Being the Bears lost, I was done with any type of football, so I didn't go. But I did save the county money. But I did receive word over the weekend that the Shawnee County Department of Corrections Juvenile Detention Center received 100% accreditation through the American Correctional Association. That is a huge reaccreditation standard for us. We now are within the top 1% of operating juvenile detention centers in the United States. I thought this was a tremendous way to say thank you to the community and to commissioners for your support. Good way to start the commission with Commissioner Rippon. And I did reach out to former Commissioner Shelley Bueller to let her know, because she was part of when we started this. But this was a huge deal for us, and I will have travel reports from both of those employees that attended and present the certificate when we have it. But I just wanted to say that that was a big news for us.
We look forward to that. That is a significant accomplishment. And as far as the Bears go, clank, clank. Anyone else?
Good morning again. Kurt Niehaus, Director of Public Works and Solid Waste. I just wanted to let the commissioners and the public know that Public Works had people out on the roads beginning Saturday morning at 3 a.m., and their work was completed at 2 p.m. Saturday afternoon. Roads are in pretty good shape.
Thank you for that report, Kurt. That's important. Anyone else for administrative communications? Commissioner Cook.
Well, I understand last week that Commissioner Rippon had the opportunity to visit with Ralph Hipp on the Red Couch Show, and on Friday I had the opportunity, and I understand, Commissioner Archer, today is your turn.
That is correct.
You know, I think that, you know, you had the most amount of time to prepare, so we expect an excellent performance on it. That's all I have for today.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Rippon.
Oh, I'm just looking forward to being a commissioner for the 1st District, and this first meeting was, I guess it was a learning experience. Uneventful, but thank you for all your help and support in starting out.
Absolutely. Again, welcome. We're very happy you're here. The only comment I have is that we don't have a meeting this Thursday, and next Monday is Martin Luther King Day, so we will not have a meeting next Monday. So our next meeting will be Thursday, January 24th. Next item, please.
Item 6, executive session.
There's not a need for an executive session, so we're officially adjourned, and thank you all for coming today.